from your hometown news leader. This is WTVY News 4 This Morning.
We talked about Chris is under the weather, but we're still going to bring you weather. Filling in for Chris is our producer, Sean Sporman, who has a really decorated background in weather as well. So, Sean, take it away. What we're looking at today on the Wiregrass.
Well, as you can see right now, the Wiregrass looks very quiet as we take a look at forewarned Doppler radar. Zooming out just a little bit, you can see there is a little bit of activity to the west of the I-65 corridor, west of Evergreen, but nothing major near our area. Meanwhile, in the tropics, the National Hurricane Center is currently monitoring Tropical Depression 11. This will not pose a threat to the Wiregrass and will mostly just be a fish storm, just stirring up water for the next couple of days.
You're watching News 4 This Morning with Demetria McClinton, Paul Stockman, and meteorologist Chris Havley.
Hello, I'm Sean Sporman, filling in for the moment for Chris Havley. First, we're taking a look at your forewarned weather radar. You can see the Wiregrass is mostly clear, but if you look toward the left of your screen, there is some activity out toward the west of the Interstate 65. It seems like it's having a little bit of trouble getting past I-65, but there will be a chance of showers later in the day. We'll have more on that in just a moment. Hello, I'm Sean Sporman, and here's a look at Miami Biscayne Beach in Florida. Gorgeous sunrise, wouldn't you say? Definitely very pleasant weather down there in the Sunshine State, living up to its name this morning. This comes courtesy of EarthCam. But there are parts of Florida that are getting rain. As you take a look at the forewarned radar, you can see where that is. That is specifically Destin, Grayton Beach, Mary Esther, around that area. They're seeing a little bit of light to moderate rain activity. It's mostly south of I-10, so I would say Crestview and Defuniak are mostly staying dry this morning, but there is a chance of a shower later on today. Taking a broader look at the radar picture over the last 12 hours, you can see that it was mostly dry overnight, but some shower activity did form out in West Alabama and in the western Florida Panhandle, like I just showed you on forewarned. This shower activity is not severe, no severe thunderstorms with it, but you could see some light to moderate rain at times. One place that is not seeing rain, however, is Eufaula, where the sun continues to rise with 62 degrees as the current temperature, humidity at 90%, and the winds are calm right there in Barber County. Taking a broader look at the national picture, you can see that again, there's not many big systems to speak of. There continues to get rain in Portland. We showed you some of the rain effects there last hour, and you can see again the scattered shower activity in West Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana as I put this in motion here. But most of the nation, especially the center part of the country, is staying dry this morning. And along with staying dry, we're staying mild here in the Wiregrass. You can see that temperatures remain in the 60s. We have 64 in Abbeville, 66 in Andalusia, and again, the 70s are mostly along the coastline. There is one tropical system out there, but it will not pose a threat to the Wiregrass or even the U.S. in general. It's Tropical Depression 11, sustained winds at 35 miles an hour. Might have a chance of becoming Jerry later on today or tomorrow, but again, it's mostly just going to be a fish storm just swirling out there in the central Atlantic. For today, you're going to see partly sunny skies. 30% chance of an afternoon shower. That chance of a shower may be only 20%, say early in Seminole County, but mostly it'll be a 30% chance of an isolated shower after 1 p.m. with a high of 81, light easterly winds with a mix of sun and clouds. And now let's take a look at your extended Wiregrass forecast for the next 5 days. You're going to see highs in the mid to upper 80s starting tomorrow, 86, 87 and around that range, maybe 85. And the chances of rain will dip a little bit for Tuesday and Wednesday, then climb back up to about 40% for the end of the week with lows in the 60s all week long. Paul, Demetria?
All right, thanks so much, Sean.
Great. That's a way to get in, you know. I wonder if they played, you know, Here Zips the Bride or something, you know? No?
No,
Nobody?
that was cute.
That was okay?
It was cute.
Okay, let's kick it over to Sean, who's filling in for Chris Havley today. Sean, what do you think? Zip line into your wedding someday?
Only if the weather is good. And it was good in Dauphin right now, but if you look at live at our Alpha Cam in Dauphin Island, it's not so pretty out there. Not exactly ideal ziplining weather. You can see clouds, overcast, and maybe even some rain in the distance. I'll show you that rain here on our forewarned weather radar. You can see that we have a lot of rain along the Alabama, Mississippi, and Florida borders here. The lines are moving toward the east. The heaviest rain is off the coast, but around Gulf Shores, Dauphin Island, there is some rain. We'll zoom out a little bit and go toward the east. You can also see that some rain has moved through Destin. It continues to move east. Places like Inlet Beach and maybe eventually Panama City could see some rain eventually over the next 30 minutes. But as we take a look toward the north in the Wiregrass, you can see that Dauphin, Headland, Ozark, Enterprise are all clear right now. And I expect them to be that way for the next couple of hours. The broad national picture shows that there's not much activity to speak of aside from that activity along the Gulf Coast, and there's some in the northwest at Portland. which you saw last hour, has definitely been getting some rain, as well as Washington State. Now let's go back to the Wiregrass as we take a look at the current conditions in Enterprise. You can see people traveling to school and work. It's 64 degrees right now under those partly cloudy skies. Winds are currently calm in the city of Progress. Meanwhile, we're watching the progress of Tropical Depression 11, and it's really not progressing very far. You can see that sustained winds are only 35 miles an hour. It could become Tropical Storm Jerry later today, maybe, maybe not, but it's not expected to affect the U.S. and certainly will not affect the Wiregrass over the next couple of days. What will affect the Wiregrass are partly sunny skies today. That's a mix of sun and clouds with a high of 81. Can't rule out a 30% chance of a shower in southeast Alabama and the Florida Panhandle. Again, you saw earlier on the radar, rain chances a little higher, closer to the coast. The further northwest you go into Georgia, the lower the rain chances get with light easterly winds. Your 5-day forecast looks like this. Again, those isolated to scattered showers today, especially along the Florida Panhandle, as I mentioned, with a high of 81. Warmer temperatures for Tuesday and Wednesday, but smaller chances of rain, only 20%, but we're going to have 40% chances of rain for Thursday and Friday, with highs in the mid to upper 80s under partly cloudy skies when the rain isn't falling. Now back to Paul and Demetria.
All right, thanks so much, Sean.
Big shout out to Sean Sporman, filled in for Chris Havley for 2 hours, did a wonderful job.
Yes,
Thanks
did.
a lot, Sean. Got to give you the praise. You're the man, dude. Well, we hope you guys have a great day. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Our first check of your local weather.
And there are a few showers out there, mainly confined to the Florida Panhandle. I'm Sean Sporman. Here's your 30-second weather update. Taking a look at your forecast for today across the Wiregrass, we're going to expect partly sunny skies with a high of 81 degrees. Again, there will be more clouds than sun at times. The best chances of rain will come in the evening after 1 p.m., about 30%. And 20% chance of rain for Tuesday and Wednesday, going up by 40% to Thursday and Friday.